I think for us, everyone works as a team. It's very important to work as a team to get the job done. Our motto is teamwork
It's a dream work.
makes the dream work. That's how we work. So that's, I mean, we fix or we repair almost anything and everything that can go wrong. That's nothing to do with the trains. We repair it or get someone to repair it.
It is a teamwork, it is a lot of us. I mean, you can't go into something on your own in our particular department. And we all learn off each other as well, that's the main thing. Then he's pushed me to do things and I've pushed him to do things as well that I know and he knows. You know. So yeah, it's been great, it's been really, really good.
I've worked here for just over 17.5 years and I've known Sage for the last 13 to 14 years. And we met here when we started at Old Oak Common working for GWR.
When I first started, there were only 4 teams. There was a depot manager and a production manager, and we were just servicing 14 180s and a few HSTs. But the business, especially locally, grew hugely, so we had a huge influx of new staff. So at its peak, I think we had over 200 permanent staff and over 200 contractors on site. And you can imagine how busy it was, and I still miss those days.
I'm going to miss all the teams that we've worked with in the past 2 years, and obviously I'll miss the place as well. I think we've achieved a lot and made amazing memories here.
When we used to go to the depots and we do the depot briefings, is that if you consider that the message that people were having was back in March 2015, and this is what their daily life was about for the next 3.5 years to where we are now. I think what sticks in my mind was the fact that about how resilient everybody was, and considering what they must also be thinking about on a personal level as well. And to that, all I could say is for everyone I ever dealt with and everyone I've ever met at both depots, I take my hats off to them because they all have to be commended.
At the end of the day, whilst the depots all close, the memories and the legacy will live on, and I know that many people at these depots have worked there for decades, and the high-speed trains themselves are a great success story over 40 years or more, and many people it's all they've ever known working in the rail industry, and I think that legacy of the high-speed trains, the people that worked on them, whether it's Landor, Old Oak Common or any of the other depots, will be something to be really, really proud of.
I think I'm going to miss the vibe that we had, the atmosphere, the actual staff. I think we had a great team relationship. Everyone worked well within the team. Hopefully we'll still be in contact with some colleagues around the business. The depot, I don't think they'll ever get an Old Oak. I think this is a one-off, and it's obviously a shame we've got to go. But I think overall, just the way we worked together, the way we kept going, I think it's just a sort of, I really can't explain this very much.
I think for me personally, I've had enormous involvement with Old Oak Common ever since I was interested in trains. They maintain my favourite locomotives. I slept on the depot as a 14-year-old on an empty stock train that I was running as a charter down to Portsmouth, and a number of my jobs have had a very close involvement with Old Oak Common. And of course railways will live on in this part of the world. We've got the Crossrail Bombardier depot on the Old Oak Common site. Our main base for the Hitachi IETs is right across the railway from Old Oak Common. But for the Great Western Railway depot, it's clearly the end of an era. That team have done a fantastic job with a variety of different trains, and we owe them a debt of gratitude. And it is a sad day, but I think they can hold their heads up high and be proud of what's been achieved.
So it has been very difficult. It's the people element. The depot means quite a lot to me because I started my apprenticeship here 29 years ago. So this is where my career started on the railway. So seeing the depot as it is now has been quite difficult.
It it's where I started 16 years ago. It's my first major job, and 16 years later, here we are. And it's going to be really sort of like sad and great memories of being around here, night shift, day shift, seeing the trains coming in and out and servicing them. And then for me personally, I've sort of worked up the ladder to become a DEM technician, which is what I do now. And I'm off to Reading soon, a new part of my career.
We're gonna miss each other, really. I was saying to him this morning, on the day when we saw the last train, his kids actually are the ones who noticed me first before I noticed them. That's how close we are.